we've been told by police officers that their duty is to ensure that the protesters don't actually manage to get into Parliament Square. So we're going to see how that unfolds and keep you up to date with the story. Okay, we're here at Parliament Square and we have one of the protesters here. First of all, tell me your name, sir.
Serious Rush.
Serious Rush. Okay, what brought you out today?
The whole Occupy Wall Street or Occupy St. Paul's movement. It's unfair. I mean, the people who, the citizens of the countries of the Western world are being pressured down to nothing. We're all poor, none of us have anything, and it's about time we stand up for ourselves and show the government that we are the people that have the power. The people have the power, not the government. We elected them, but they're not doing a good enough job.
It cannot go on. The fact that the government are elected, but elected in such a way that they're not accountable to the people. If we don't like what they're doing, they can arrest us for trying to tell them that we don't like it, and that's what they've done. They can beat us, they can gas us, they can do whatever they want. And the police, who are supposed to protect the people, are actually turning against the people. And those are concerns that I think most people share. They're personal, but they're personal to everybody here. And that's what makes us stronger, because we're a collective of individuals who believe this is not right. And we're not afraid of letting people know that.
Why do you think so, 2011 we've seen a lot of stuff going on, riots, NHS protests, student protests. Why is it now? Because obviously this system has been in place for quite a long time now. Why is it now that people are rising up against it?
Because we're sick and tired of it. We've had enough. We've just been patient with it. We've constantly hoped that the politicians would do something about it. But I think the realization has at last dawned for people that politicians are not going to do anything. We have to do it ourselves. We have to ignore these people. They betrayed us, they've lied to us, they've deceived us, and we must take control ourselves and we must work together. And movements like this are getting that message across. People at long last are starting to work together. So forget about the politicians, do it ourselves.
Big step in the right direction towards a general shift in the system as a whole, and the system basically is held in place up here. Yes. It is us as individuals who, without really understanding why, we simply maintain the system as it is. So through our presence, constantly joining with camps like this, we help people to see the mask, start realizing, these are the people that are really going beyond each individual, very valid issues, but taking it to the next level, if you like, and pushing it even further, pushing the envelope as far as we can.
No government anywhere has ever experienced this kind of movement. They're only used to people picking up the weapons. The people aren't picking up the weapons now. The people are coming out together and saying, we will stand our ground peacefully, but we will have change. Trials. We're just beginning. We're just beginning on a journey that's really different, where people together around the world stand up to governments everywhere and say, we will no longer have your economic model which says business interests take precedence over human life. We want human life to take precedence over business interests.
And I think that the only way to prevent these wars, where they fund both sides of every single conflict, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Warburgs, all the different 13 families, these people need to be stopped. And the only way to stop it is to take down interest-based money. I've lived on eco-villages. I'm learning about gathering my own food and being independent of the system. And this is what I'm all about, is about education and freedom, for change.
Now, we talked a lot about the international bankers, and we've heard a lot about that. In fact, that's what a lot of people have been complaining about, the injustice of the banking system. Why is it now that people are rising up when, the system has been in place for so long?
Well, I think it's a basic thing. When people are comfortable and happy, and in this country when they're warm, they haven't got a problem and they will get on with their lives even if they're not earning much money. But we're now seeing the major collapse of the monetary system. People haven't got jobs, people are getting hungry, food parcels are being handed out at job centres. So now people are starting to ask what is going on. And we know what is going on is that ordinary people are being bled to death in order to pay usury, excessive interest rates by the international bankers who are creating money out of nothing. And if we do not stop what they're doing, which is their criminal activity, we are going to end up as slaves. I really believe that, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing to try and get the message out.
keep saying that, then there is nothing we can do about it. But if you join our side, the people have the power. We are ruled and policed by consent. If we withdraw our consent, they have no power. The people at the top make money because we work in their shops, we work in their factories. If we lay down tools, if we say enough is enough, I don't want to be a slave anymore, then they have no power, they have no money, and the cogs stop turning.
And come out from St. Paul's has been very, very inspiring. It's a whole new energy brought into activating young people, because obviously young people have been very disenfranchised, have been ignored, have felt very powerless and haven't been able to express themselves. So now this is a whole new movement sprung out from New York every day, and I just think it's amazing. It's really woken people up. It's a whole new sort of awakening, if you like.
You know, earlier in the year we saw people in Tunisia, people in Egypt laying down their lives to challenge their governments. They were being tortured, and really they were saying, take back your torture, take back your tyrants to the West, let's do the honest deal. You see a generation of young people from around the world now who have been denied any jobs, any future, but it's around the world. The economic system has discarded young people around the world.
Who you said that the banks have been taken over. Who have they been taken over by?
Well, I think it's common knowledge now. The internet has taught us a great deal that we have got families who've created a monetary system. It's a banking cartel, a world banking cartel, and I think the reality is that we're heading towards a one world government. The monetary issue is the one that we're all focusing on because it affects our daily lives, and the lawful bank is about a people's monetary system, not the banking cartel's monetary system. And I could recommend that people go to thelawfulbank.com. Read about what we're trying to do. Taking back control of our monetary system is the essential and key problem that we've got to deal with.
I am sick of it. I am sick of people like David Cameron who just stand there and pretend that they are something that they are not. I'm sick of the sophistry of politics. I think the whole thing stinks of lies, and none of them serve the people. They serve the bankers. Only the bankers.
Energy. So when the situations like this occur, people feel genuinely inspired, no longer sitting at home thinking, oh, I really hope it works out. They pick up their tent and they come here, even if it's just for one night, because that's all they can do. They want to be a part of it. Something is changing in humanity.
There was 500,000 people in Madrid. It's in all over America as well. Why do you think it's now that people are coming together and saying, you know what, enough is enough?
I think it's happening now because, unfortunately, what is being felt cannot be denied anymore. It's been going on and it's been going on. It's been in the back of people's minds. People have been unhappy for decades now. We don't like it, we don't like it, we don't like it, but what can we do? And now, I think inspiration has popped up. In Spain, they just said, you know what, I'm just going to sit down. I'm just going to sit down. 40 of us are just going to sit here and see what happens. And they're still there. Same thing happening in Wall Street. And people are thinking, hang on a minute, if they're doing it, then maybe I can do it too. And so we do it, and we're a symbol now. We're a symbol. We reach beyond ourselves. We're not just here as individuals. We represent all those out there who work, who have jobs, who have families that they can't be here, but they believe the same thing. We're fighting for them as well. And the fact is, it's taken us this long to get here because stuff has really gotten bad right now. And that's why nobody can ignore it anymore. Even the people at the top, the 1%, realise that it's actually falling to pieces, and their tenuous hold on society is slipping through their fingers, and they're scared, and that's why they're trying to bring us down.
It's only profit-driven, greedy men that run the major institutions. And politicians lie and try to undermine solutions. Mind pollution, new world order. It's not safe to drink the water. Hard to raise your sons and daughters as a family in this nanny state. And as we wait for answers from the Chancellor on the economy, our debts stack up like dice, and so we sacrifice autonomy.